Good morning, Henry.
Morning, Catherine. I want to ask...
But of course...
I know all there is to know. What about the council?
Henry, we did it!
Really?
Yes!
That's...
We won! And it's thanks to...
So it's all...
Now I'll tell the girls to do what everyone will get what they want. You won't find girls who have the prettiest... Now with a municipal bathhouse.
That sounds what... Aren't you afraid, Adam?
Let him find out. He's been bribing the council for years now. So balls...
Now that we've got...
Of course, my daughter, come for a bath. Everything. And if you want to learn something about... She'll be glad to...
Thanks very much. I'll be on my...
Thanks very much. Drop in when you're in this part of town.
My humble respects.
Good day to...
What's...
Nothing much.
Show me... Word about...
You going to bake bread today?
That?
Many. Thank you, and take care. I'm sorry.
You too.
Greetings.
I'd like...
What is it?
God be with... Farewell.
Christ!
Farewell.
Damn aching legs.
God bless.
Good day.
Next time, have a bath before you... Till we meet again.
What's the matter?
Alice, she was almost... Why'd you ask?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid... Who did...
Our master is
How did I...
fine. Our master is a bit strict.
What's his name?
Why? But you can't...
It occurred to me that maybe he could have done...
He couldn't. He was gone. And besides, why would he kill them others too?
What other?
You haven't had a few girls like our Alice.
Do you...
I know she was seeing someone.
I'd like to...
But I don't know who it was. Alice said he would...
And you know...
No. Never.
Do you know what...
One day, she just didn't come home.
What do you mean?
You haven't seen her?
I haven't.
Then don't. She was... Didn't he?
What do you...
Who could have cut off her hair like that? And...
So... So... My God. Oh. It must have been... Jesus Christ. The place they found her must look like a slaughterhouse. Her lips are bloody, but nothing more. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out. These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife wounds would be smaller, and an axe would have made a... But it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. It was God. That madman cut off both her breasts. What did he do with it all afterwards? Her face is a little bruised and cut, but nobody cut her there. But she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? And her hair is all matted with blood and hacked off. Maybe there's something more to it. Just... the killer probably surprised her. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands. Then he took a short sword or saber and started hacking at her. He also cut off most of her head. He cut off her breasts, but left her tongue. And left her lying there for all... Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have... I don't know why he killed her, but I don't think it's because of Catherine.
Sakura.
You must be the...
That's right. At least them that can... Greetings, Hen.
That dead girl,
You've seen her?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
She's gone to meet her maker. You want to take away a piece of her?
I don't want to take anything.
Like what?
Who killed...
Why?
I'm worried...
That's true. It's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in her.
Who's this Lumiere?
No.
Help.
Well,
Right.
aye. We had a couple of similar cases. Lumiere...
And how did he come to that conclusion?
How do I...
Do you...
You mean you don't know nothing about it?
I haven't been in...
I see. There's been one...
Do you know?
I heard some talk about it when they brought a...
Look for clues.
Vatican.
That's worth it.
I heard she was...
Thanks. What's this loom?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the bailiff.
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle.
Well, the old bailiff wasn't... But Lumiere, he was quite helpful.
I'd like to speak with Lumiere.
At his home in Bohemia Street. That's near the church. I don't know exactly why, though.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure. Actually, speaking of the living, there's a girl what comes here in Greece. I think her name...
I know.
Aha.
Lumiere?
Oh, Christ.
I need to ask...
I said not so loud.
That's some hang... Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off. This should... No.
Oh.
Lumiere... Oh. This should... No.
Oh.
Careful.
It happens. Just which way you're going.
Gather round and listen. I have to warn you about the greatest... evil and danger on God's earth. Men's cruelty and wickedness. You may say that God created Adam and all men in his image, so they can't be all.
Good day to you.
How can I...
Show me your... I'd like to do...
Well... Aye, that...
Thank you, sir. And come again. What will it...
Show me your wares.
Ah, I hope you find what you're looking for.
I'm sorry. Good day.
I'll have a look. I'd like to do...
Well, I'm glad you... Found what you were looking... for, sir. What do you...
Show me. Let's talk.
Well,
Here.
many... I was glad to be of help to you. Come closer, don't be shy. Quality goods here.
You're seeing this.
You're up there. What do you... Word about what? That? Well.
Come and take your pick. You wear.
A fine day for some fine wear. Come and take your...
What was it I wanted?
You're always welcome here, noble sir. Good day to you.
What do you... Word about... And it...
What was...
What do you... Word about...
Well...
Here.
My!
My humble respect.
Wait. This is supposed to be a chronicler. Is that a problem? I'm not a chronicler. I want a raise for this responsibility. You want what? More money. Do you want me to tell everyone about the time you were drunk, naked, riding on a pig? That's true, but what good a fortification you can't defend?
Wie geht's, mein Herr?
I have a quick question.
Ja,
Where can I...
ist alles in Ordnung? If you need to report a crime, you can tell.
Where can I find...
Kommt drauf an. But you, sir.
I'd like to...
Then
And what about...
Nein, das geht nicht. We also have enough men in the city guard.
I heard...
Jedenfalls nicht hier. The monks of Sedlitz offered him ihre Gastfreundschaft. Oh, personally, I think it's better this way.
And does he go among the people?
Nein, kannst du nicht. King Sigismund now...
What's the best way to find one's way around?
Ich verstehe. Kuttenberg is the second city of the kingdom. After the city is divided into individual districts, but die dreckigen Werkstätten are mainly below on Hop. Gleich daneben there are die alten Minenschächte. At the Rathaus, you will find the grain market, butchers' shops, the poorer.
And that's all?
Oh, ich sag, these are the nests of
What do you have? I'd like to...
Yeah, finally. Thank you, sir. And come again.
Muslin,
God
barchets,
bless you,
Shy,
sir.
the
come closer
strongest
and take a
barchet
look.
from Cashel.
Quality goods here. Buy two pots. I've got lots. Have them all as well. Down at the bell.
Grüß Gott.
What do you have?
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir. Willkommen. Was möchte?
What do you...
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Pots for sale. Big, strong.
Good day to you.
What do you have? Let's talk. Huh. Do you accept? That's... I was glad to be of help to you. Good...
Small jugs for sale, fair prices, fine wares.
Fine day for some fine wares. How can I...
What do you have? Let's talk. Here.
Thank you, and take care.
Lower pay on it. What would you like? Show me your ware. Word about the price. Huh. All right.
Good day to you.
What do you need? What do you have? I'd like...
Huh.
Aye. What do you have?
Clap them the pillory. Say, let's take twice.
Welcome, good man.
Greetings. Hola.
Thank you, sir. And come again.
Excuse me?
Was möchte?
Hola. Word about...
I'm what you were looking for.
What do you... I'd like to... Here.
Oh, danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
This horse doesn't stop.
Gah! Quick! Gah! Go! Go! Whoa! Whoa!
My respects. Hey, youngster. Can I have a word? All right, man.
Was there something you wanted?
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. What's your name, pal?
Henry.
Kvietoslav. Pleased to meet you. Well, Henry, you can't read and write by any chance?
I can.
Brilliant. You're just the man I've been waiting for.
Really? What do you need?
Someone trustworthy who could help me write this business letter.
And you were just waiting in case one happened to walk past? Isn't there a scribe in Kuttenberg?
Of course there is. It's just that I don't trust the bugger. And his assistant, even worse. While you strike me as a trustworthy fella. What's more, I can tell at first glance you ain't local, so my trade secrets are of no use to you.
So, you want me to write a letter for you and keep it hush-hush?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
What kind of...
Like I said, it's an important business letter.
Are you offering?
Aye. You could...
What?
A whole heap of coin.
Really?
Very long.
All right.
Brilliant. But before we get...
What's this?
I was given this here parchment, but...
How many miles you've wandered at such a grueling pace? Rest your... That sounds more like boarding...
Is that what it says? But it's clear you can read...
Where...
Oh, no, we can't write it here.
Well, then...
You have to go to Kuttenberg. In the northern part of town, enter the city by that gate. Keep going straight until you pass the town hall. The building may look a bit run down from outside, but don't...
Hold on.
I'm afraid I've got things to be doing.
Can't you...
Nothing to tell. Like I said, and what better way than...
Right, so I go to the city, and in the...
That's right. Tell them two in the office that justice is worth...
You have a pass?
You know, when coin's at stake, you can't trust... And, well, be with you, good sir.
Good to see you.
Just imagine. The other day,
Lumiere. Oh, this should... Here. Better?
What?
My name is...
And what do you...
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain...
To me?
Are you Lumiere from the...
I used to be.
They
Because I was just on... And what came of it?
But I need...
If I were you, lad, you'll just end up...
Come now.
Poor girls. Nobody was... We let it be in the end. No way.
I need to know the truth.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. I searched high and low. What makes you think you can...
Because I'm not stupid, and I noticed...
Is that so?
Well, I said I'm not stupid. Not that I'm educated.
If only more people knew the difference. Who was this?
Her name was Alice.
A maid? That fits. Yarka was a maid, too. As were most of the...
I think that he strangled her.
Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me...
Do you think it's the same murder?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first strangled. If it's not all the same person, they might...
This is the 6th one.
Probably about a year. Sometimes it takes him months. Sometimes weeks.
Why are you counting them?
Because I think someone killed them.
Did the dead girls have anything in common?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or...
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local...
But why does he even kill...
I don't know. Maybe he hates women.
What can you tell me about...
She wasn't the first. But thanks to her, she was a maid in a German family. She was orphaned as a child. The priest from the church of St. Peter and Paul. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut all the way from her neck.
Did you have any...
At first, I thought the son from that family did it. But then I changed...
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the two... Besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed... And his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot who stayed out. That really surprised me. Because Father Prokop, maybe he just didn't want to admit...
What about...
She was an alehouse wench in a tap...
You said her body was never found.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful.
Did you suspect him?
You could suspect every second man there. Those people have nothing but thievery and deceit in their eyes. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him.
So if I want to learn anything more, I have to ask this Mole. And what about that Zdena?
Exactly. But to tell the... Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since she went missing.
But if her body was never found, how do you know she was killed?
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Young, beautiful. I never could pin it on her, though.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people.
Maybe. She had a partner in... When I asked him about Zdena, he told me...
Do you think he'd be more for...
He might be. Besides, it might still be fresh.
And what...
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. She'd only been in town for a short while, but the other one, Libushka, she said she was really cheerful and outgoing. She knew she was pretty. And
you mean she wanted some...
That's what it sounded like.
Interesting.
In the graveyard, lad. It's sad to say, but we can't help those 2 dead girls now. There's nobody else left who...
What?
I don't know what people told you about me. Gutenberg is a big city. The bailiff was always running from hell to Hades. From one...
But there are more than just rich...
Exactly. There are common folk, too. So when one of them came...
Behind the back...
Not really. Andreas supported my...
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Did you have any...
You can always... I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force.
Couldn't it have just been...
Fainting? Vomiting?
Can you sum it up?
We have 6 victims here. And unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4. The most recent ones. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Pro. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found. They both hung around a tavern they called the... And the last victim, well, they all had...
Good.
When you learn something more, you've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad.
My respect.
Christ almighty.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Father?
I don't have time.
That's not why I'm here. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls.
Another one murdered. Why is it?
Somebody is murdering maids.
Yes, but...
I don't want revenge. I want to stop.
True enough.
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. What can you...
About Yarka?
Where did you...
I knew her since she was a little...
And?
I was her uncle.
Who do you think...
William. That pig of Satan. Yarka always went there to...
Why'd you...
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser. A tool of Satan.
And does anyone...
No.
You
Yes. Unfortunately,
How does that even work?
When she was small, I could.
No offense, but... How did you know what to do?
I was a bit, maybe...
Why do you think...
Yarko was an orphan. Her only chance of a good... But the more I couldn't.
But how come?
The church's property.
How did she...
She wouldn't listen.
Disgrace?
She was pregnant! Even if she had lived, what then?
Why don't you
That's... I won't...
Come now, I'm not just asking out. Isn't it written in scripture?
Lumi.
What?
Yes.
And...
It turned out he was deranged.
I've heard enough, Father.
Son, I'll give you some...
Pouches! Come and take your pick! Good to see you.
God be with you.
Tools! Iron tools! Tools here!
Who are you?
I'm Henry.
Oh, right. Kwiatoslav sent you, didn't he? Well, almost. But...
First, tell me why there's all this secrecy around this letter.
Well, that's the way it's done, and secrets that every...
But you don't mind getting a complete...
Of course we mind, but what choice do we have?
All right.
Right, a nice... Greetings, Master Markhold. I hope...
Never mind his old woman. Is he even... Right this. You fuck...
We can't be so brutal. Markhold is a merchant. He's all about coin. We need to, you know...
He ain't no merchant. He's a murderer. What do you think Thomas went off to see the world? He got rid of him, well...
So?
I'm just saying we have to stick it to Markhold brutally.
Bollocks. If we do that, he'll think there's no talking to us.
Suit yourself. For all I...
Well, do it like I said. So, dear...
Markhold?
And you don't need to. He's a rich bastard.
But it occurred to me...
He is an important man, and...
I'll make it sound... Greetings. Done.
We are writing to you about it.
That you fucked us up.
Would you please...
All right.
Now, where was I?
We are writing to you. What's next?
Right.
To get...
Why don't you get to the door and fuck off?
We'll never get it written if you don't get to the point.
So, we expect from you some remedy that will lead to improving things for both sides. If you refuse...
You'll find out.
Right.
All right. We ask you... Written.
All right. Let our mates go free. Otherwise, we'll go to the powers that be, and they'll kick your arse for you.
The power...
That's none of your...
Ah, come on.
You do, and that's why I'm being honest.
Free our captive brothers. Ah!
Aye. Once they return to us safe and sound, we'll clear... And you're... Why not? If we disappear...
He'll be...
Shut up!
You shut...
What was that?
No.
Don't give me that.
All right, tell it.
Us and Marco made a deal. We stole silver for him.
Except he never actually...
So we started to set aside a bit of everything. Selling raw silver here in the city ain't exactly safe.
Except that fucker Marco got wind of it, took our money...
You didn't have to tell him that.
Don't worry, he's a good lad.
Of course. What do you want me to write?
As soon as our mates come back safe and sound...
Once our brothers have returned to us safe, done.
Maybe...
Like, go...
We can't put that in the letter, surely. Yours trustingly in your wise...
With regards and trust in your wisdom. That's that.
Great. Give it to me so I...
We are.
Can't we just...
He knows too much.
I'd be no good to him anyway. Kurva.
You must be the biggest idiot.
Fuck. Yeah.
Look, that really isn't...
How is...
Someone still has to deliver the letter, eh?
So what? We can just...
Well, maybe. But how can you be sure they will...
Why would...
Who knows?
But maybe.
Well, I get to keep my head on my shoulder.
Mate.
You believe...
Why not?
Sometimes forever, if you...
Agreed. He lives in a big stone house on the lower marketplace.
Just make sure you don't tell him anything. Some miner gave you...
You don't have to. If it goes, there'll be a nice pile of silver waiting there.
But if you betray us, there'll be a...
And if we see you going to the bailiff instead...
All right, all right. I'll hand...
I am at your service, sir.
Excuse me.
You talked about the rats in your pantry, didn't you?
Tried to steal, did he? Aye. Right. Good afternoon. I'll have a look. Huh? Nothing to your liking, sir.
Die besten Produkte.
Greeting.
What?
What can you do?
the old price, I'd be happy.
Who's there? You've no business here.
Welcome, Goodman.
That's it. Go now.
Vegetables, horseradish here.
What's up? What brings you here?
You can't be here.
My respects.
Welcome. Greetings to you.
Show me your... I'd like to Here.
Well, I'm glad you found what you were looking for.
Excuse me.
It looks better already. Here we are. Good.
You're always welcome here. No.
What can I...
What's...
Nothing much.
Did a
Stunt, it depends.
My name's Hen...
Names don't interest me. The main thing... What kind of guest...
What does it matter?
Kindly leave it up to me. So, I'll ask you...
About...
So that means I don't tell nothing to...
You really... Person might almost...
Me? I'll tell you
I want to know if...
She did. And...
I heard she disappeared without a trace.
It's possible the door open.
Did anybody see what...
No, it was at night. No, the tavern tends to be empty at that hour.
What?
A bold woman. One has to be here. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know...
Someone...
No. I think his name...
What do you know about that?
What about him? He's a minstrel, a skirt chaser. Well, he called himself William. As far as I know, he plays in the Miners' Tavern in the evenings.
You think he...
Now that I know, he met with some odd people and talked. Besides, you know what minstrels are like.
Or in... Apart... I mean...
Well, I got bad news for you.
Why?
One was hit by a cart, and the other one got married.
How did...
The door was wide open. Most of her things were gone, but some remained.
Blood?
Not so much, really. If someone done her in, they definitely...
Where...
I already told you.
Could you be a bit more...
I don't know that bloke at all, so if I...
That's all I need. Are you Sternat?
Who the fuck?
Just an ordinary blood.
Well then, piss off. All you're gonna get here.
Why so rash? Let's make a deal. You tell me everything.
Ah. You're the lord what that whore robbed.
So, if I understand...
For the right price.
Is this...
You fucking bet.
Where can I...
Aye. That's what I like to fucking know too.
Yeah.
I can well imagine. Well, she went to rap. She had some unfinished business with some...
What can you tell me about...
What do you want to hear? I try to keep her out of trouble.
So you were taking...
Well, just in front of the others.
So you weren't...
Not really, no.
Did she have any friends or lovers who know more?
Who come to see that bitch?
Someone came to see her?
Well, some stuff. He said he had some job for her, but he left empty-handed.
Do you know who that...
Some fucking prop. But that reminds me. I saw her a couple...
And could she have run away with this?
With that... Well, he ain't been... He still don't come here no more.
What do you know about this?
Not much. Seems they knew each other from before. And he had... But she weren't stupid.
And did he...
Aye, indeed. He didn't look like the... I think he just told her if she changed her mind.
And could she have changed her mind and gone to it?
No, no.
I've heard it.
Quick! Go! Quick! 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 Go! Go! Die! Die! Die!
to ask you...
I don't have time for that.
I'm looking for someone...
You're in a charcoal camp, fella.
But you know, Stan.
Aye.
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town.
That's true. She told me...
So you don't know what...
I really don't know. But even if I did know...
Lumir himself, the Kuttenberg bailiff's former scribe.
Well, I remember Lumir.
But what?
Sorry, but after all...
So
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since that thing happened, she's afraid to...
Can I speak to her?
If it'll help you. But be nice to her. Till we meet again.
Who are you? If you came here, I'm not...
Don't be afraid.
Barton sent you to me.
Lumir thought you were dead. I was...
Lumir?
Exactly. Someone... So maybe you could help us find...
How can I help you when I haven't been in...
He disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye.
Someone attacked me when I was coming home. I managed to get away, but I was so...
Did you see...
Not at all. I didn't see anything until we jumped out of the... And he was terribly strong.
And how did you manage to break...
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He had...
Here?
No. First, I was so scared there. I took...
And your lover?
At first, he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher and was all bloody. He's been hiding me here.
What was it like?
Well,
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. People... Well, especially, but you can't overdo...
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then sometimes you have to keep a balance.
You said that rich or poor...
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man, but young von Groll...
Is that so?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back. Then this thieving wench started hanging around him, but that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and...
Von Groller had a servant?
Aye, a pudgy fella, well-dressed. He never said a word or smiled.
You walked home from the back...
What's so odd about...
Well...
Ah, right. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale, and took a bath while they drank...
Aha. So that's why you had the
Right. I went there regularly.
The same way
Aye, always the same way. The shortest...
And who knew that you went by yourself to the bath?
Well, everyone.
Why didn't you...
Just to get murdered.
How are you now?
And I can't...
Do you remember anything important about the attacker?
I don't know anything.
And what about when you hit him?
He let me go.
Aha. And what...
He said Scheisse.
Seems you're the only one to survive. I know it isn't easy for you to think about it. Or when you were running away.
I don't know.
You were walking down the street.
No.
You didn't see anything.
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't empty, but when I looked, there was nobody there.
Did you understand what they were talking?
Not at all. But there were...
It's difficult. Aside from those voices and the empty...
I didn't hear him at all.
And nothing else?
Well, no. Just for a moment. But I still had a big bruise. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip.
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper?
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bastard. Only when I got to my room, I could hear him...
Couldn't it have been...
Father Prokop?
No, he's pretty old.
I don't know him. And if he's...
I heard William liked pretty...
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. Astute, though, I reckon he's more likely to attract... I'm sorry I'm not able...
You don't need to apologise.
Thank you.
If it's in my...
When you catch that bastard...
I'll stop by...
God bless you, sir.
I talked to Stanya.
Why? I wasn't there.
What do you remember about the night?
She She had some bruises and was...
And did she mention her name?
No, nothing. Till we meet again.
Quick! Ja! Quick! Ja! Go! Ja! Quick! Go!
Whoa! Whoa!
My humble respects.
Are you...
I am.
I'm looking for his dinner.
I don't know any...
Sternad.
You're a friend.
Actually, I don't really know him that well.
Well, if he told you that, I reckon it's all right.
I wouldn't entirely count on that.
So I know Dana all right, but why are you looking for her?
I'm looking for a... Back in the city.
Kurva.
What can you...
She always had it hard. She lost...
And what about Sternad?
Sternad was her guardian angel. If she hadn't been thieving with him, she probably would have ended up a whore. But by...
Uh-huh.
That's because... That's why she'd come to me with her loot. And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'll be able to go wherever...
I heard she wanted to sell you some value...
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. Mostly... She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she had a basket with her. Otherwise, she couldn't have...
And what about that signet?
She didn't sell me the ring. She...
Do you know what...
No. I didn't recognize that signet.
Where did she go next from here?
That she did. She also had a feeling someone was following...
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg.
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he had...
And did you see him?
No. But she even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she was...
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way. Through the wood. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains, the water can rise fast. The road goes on...
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could have waited for...
Fuck! I made a point of looking, but I didn't see it.
And could it have been...
What do I know? If he has a whore...
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job.
I don't know. She didn't say no.
And could it have been...
And who would that be?
He's this bar...
I don't know about that. I don't remember.
Well, I'll go and check out...
I hope you... Take care.
There has to be the fort talking about. I should take a look around here. This must be that basket of silver Zdena was carrying with her. She wouldn't have just left that here. But where did it come from? Maybe it rolled down the hill? Poor thing. Ugh. She's been... At first glance, this body isn't... Unfortunately, I can't tell if somebody strangled her lightly, but her head is smashed in. Either them... She must have put up a fight. Ugh. She's all stuck to her clothes. The rips are odd. Like someone... Ugh. I can't make much out by now. But did the murderer torture her? Or... Oh, my God. How did it get inside her? Did she swallow it herself? Was she trying to hide it? Well, that's enough. But what is it all? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise, and that's about all I can find out. But that ring is a...
You can't just...
What are you doing? Can we sort this out on our own? Or do I need to get the bailiff involved?
Hold on. Let's talk about this.
You were trying to... The bailiff will make short...
I apologize.
All right, so... And off you go. Out! And off you go. Out!
My...
It's William, right?
What is it? Do we know each other? Do I owe you money?
My name's Henry. And no, we don't know. We have a lot of...
What? I don't have to talk to you.
Well, if you don't start giving me some answer, because I'll break all your fingers, and you'll never...
What?
Stop whining and talk.
Come on. Ask her.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alice's.
The one they found dead somewhere.
Oh, her.
I heard she used to...
Yeah, and? I'm not the only...
They say...
Me? Do I...
But you could at least pass yourself...
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary.
And did you ever meet... It was a long time ago, but I heard she...
Oh, that one.
Because somebody killed...
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault.
And did you know...
What? That's horrible.
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling father-to-be?
What? Mine? I don't know anything. It was a...
And I hear you...
Which one?
The alehouse went from the hole.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times.
I mean...
Fine. We had a bit of fun together.
Before she gave you the boot for an order...
That's not true. She'd been seeing that charcoal...
And you didn't mind?
Why should I?
So what did you want from her then?
You're yanking my pizzle, right? Of course I wanted to fuck her, but no.
Someone...
What? Yeah, but... What does that have to do with me?
Someone...
What? Yeah, but...
And what about...
Do I know Zdena? As what?
Did she steal some?
A travelling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was...
Well...
They caught her.
Worse.
So her...
I'm afraid...
Thanks. Though it should have occurred to...
You don't happen to know who she wanted?
There were lots. Anyone she thought, like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away.
And might she have stolen...
I don't know. Look, why are you asking? You don't seriously think...
Well...
And?
That may be true. But... And now...
But I had...
So you did...
No! Why?
You dare!
I admit, I'm no saint.
Good, but if any clue leads me back here to you...
You won't hear about me again.
Bit longer without food, and I'll really start to... I found out some interesting things about...
That's wonderful news. I promised Catherine we'd wait for her.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did.
Will you send for her? So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit, and I have my own suspicions.
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more details.
Oh, I didn't do all this for nothing.
Well...
You can't be...
Uh-huh.
Prokop.
No. Really?
So I see we disagree.
Well?
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll tell you what I've...
Go on, then.
Let's talk about Yarka. The one raised by...
What did you learn...
Prokop also admitted that he didn't know how to handle her.
What do you expect from a Bible thumper? Man punishes.
Well, maybe I wouldn't hold it against him.
And did you learn...
No. Yarka started working for the von Groller family.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said she was...
Ah, so what's this...
A very wealthy... The mother is quite devout. known to spend a lot of time in prayer.
So?
That would be young Hendel.
Prokop.
Really?
His own...
Why not?
Before her death?
There's nothing wrong or surprising.
Maybe. Prokop was convinced that she went...
That doesn't...
It means she had some...
And now, most importantly...
I didn't know that.
To make it impossible to tell she was pregnant.
May God...
Do you know who she was pregnant with? Because...
She didn't tell...
It had to be someone from those dances.
That's all I was able to...
You still found out...
But it's not enough.
But we can agree that she was killed because of her pregnancy.
Agreed. Somebody...
I'm sure William...
William isn't the only man with a prick.
Such language.
That William isn't the only man in the city.
I'm not saying it couldn't have been him.
I suppose...
I managed...
Alive?
I did. She is. She said she was attacked on her way home from the bar. But when she walked by, someone...
And...
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer.
Did she get a look at him?
No, she didn't stop to find out.
And what about the blood?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly. And somebody knew...
You mean someone followed her
Who knew?
Apparently, everyone in the tavern. She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may... According to Stanya, the murderer had...
Doesn't almost...
Depending on what they take in hand of...
Except none of our suspects are minors or... According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word.
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to...
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the...
So...
Even I say shizers.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing two voices in the alley.
So we have a witness.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right?
I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him. Or...
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to...
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted...
And that's probably why he wanted to kill her.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure it wasn't William. And that's all that Stanya...
I'm so glad that...
me too. At least someone...
I don't think she'll... I managed to find...
You found her?
No.
And where did you...
Pretty far away. Someone caught her in the forest when she was I reckon she put up a hell of a fight.
So he didn't...
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time. Judging by what her accomplice said. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of
So I reckon he didn't kill her.
Father Prokop came looking for his dinner, and...
What did he...
He had also looked after her. But unlike Yarka, she ended up... Zdena tried to rob young von Grolle.
Von Grolle? Yeah.
Ah, that...
Assumption.
I'd say it's pretty obvious.
They just left the ring by her body.
It wasn't by her body. It was in...
Ah, that's...
My mum...
Come now, we're nearly there.
I suspect one...
What leads you to...
Are you sure it was...
Yarka was their maidservant until she...
Yes.
Perhaps the young...
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor.
True.
Yarka was pregnant. And if the father was young von Grolle, it would make...
Suck.
But William could have fucked her.
Zdena...
That's true.
It's all...
And that's all I can...
So, do we agree?
Well, old von Grolle can't do much.
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect...
Aye.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys.
They'll just laugh at us without...
So, you...
There's nothing else we can do.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is in...
You could sneak in there.
Or break...
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling for a...
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones, or a swordsman, or break in?
You're a clever lad.
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard. Is this the house of the...
Yes?
I'm Henry of Skalitz. Master Menhard from Frankfurt sent me to...
I'm sorry?
Are you telling me I'm not expected?
No, this is surely my mistake. God be
Feel
with
quite
you,
hungry.
good sir.
I must admit that I didn't expect anyone so soon. Master Menhard said I'd have to wait a...
Well, that's true. But we had an opening.
But of course. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
She's always trying to keep me at home. Says I go out. Maybe. Ready?
I'm not.
Really? Well, I can land... Oh, wirst sterben!
Well, and after a few...
I hope so.
Excellent. That's enough for it. What type of weapon?
A sword, of course.
And what about...
A cleaver is more fitting for some yoke. And a hunting sword? My father used to have a beautiful one. I don't even know what happened to it.
And what about an axe?
No.
Have you ever...
What kind of question?
I meant him...
How else...
Enough small talk.
Yes.
I'm feeling a bit peckish.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be grumpy. What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
Who's there? What are you doing here? You aren't allowed here.
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
What's that I hear? All right. What was that? What's going on here? Right.
May God give you help.
Come and take a look. Wanna see round and thin? Come and buy some new plates. Who goes? Run. Hey?
What's that?
I told you to do something. Go away.
Strange. I heard something.
Pfui!
I'm looking for...
Das bin ich. What do you...
To the stocks with him. You've got no business here.
Some fella...
Was?
Heads.
Give me that. What?
You aren't allowed.
None of them could have written this. How did you...
Some bloke just shoved it in my hand along with a few...
Strange, but whatever. The main thing is...
No.
Wirklich? If that is...
What should I do?
You? By the way, do you know where Loesch...
Somewhere in the north of the city.
Ausgezeigt. Soon, a couple of miners will turn up nearby. Look, something tells me they'll be pleased if you tell them...
Careful.
Your service, sir. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm sorry.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
You must be... You're free at last.
Well...
A messenger. And a good...
Really?
Well, you can thank me later. Now we should all vanish.
You're right.
Sure.
I'd say let's go then.
Right. Job done.
I'm surprised. That fucker's a sneak...
Well, I'd never have thought it.
Smiling. Christ, laddie. That's a...
Ah, come on.
What was...
Ausgezeichnet.
Fuck. How did you double-cross...
What?
Nobody had to double-cross and...
What?
Naja. What else could I do? That letter...
So what now?
Hold on, I have nothing to do with this. I just brought the letter. I don't know anything and won't tell, I swear.
Es tut mir leid, but that's a risk I can't take.
Oh, come on, noble sir. I didn't know I was helping criminals.
Shut your bloody mouth, you feigling, and get lost. If I ever see you again, you'll be sorry.
Ich reiß dir deinen Arsch auf.
I really need to eat something.
I need my hose mended.
Aye, right away. It looks like nothing's missing.
My humble.
Good day to you. You're always welcome here,
Same to
noble
you.
sir. Careful.
Hmm? What was that?
Excuse me.
God, at least I hope so.
I need to discuss...
Excellent.
I think we were right.
Well, don't keep us in...
You found something there.
I certainly did.
What was it?
This. Locks of hair. All brown.
Hair?
Why wouldn't it? He took...
But nobody will believe us. We need more than...
To be honest, I don't think we're going to find anything like that.
Damn it.
And what about 3...
Where are you going to find 3 witnesses?
I don't yet, but... Look, we're almost certain...
And how do you want to do that?
We'll set someone up.
You want to sacrifice...
No, nobody's going to get hurt.
The only one I can think of is Stanya.
She won't have to...
But you haven't had anything to do with him.
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress Catherine up a bit. When Hendel comes home and hears what happened, he'll come looking for her.
I'll cause such a scene. They'll be talk... Then we'll tell them.
If you say so.
We can use one of the rooms here in the tavern. You'll be hiding across the way. And jump out. I repeat...
Don't worry. We won't...
Where's Hendel? I need to talk to him! Do you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Hendel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He fucks me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me. Get rid of her. Disgrace. Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. As if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Hendel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I? He came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin. Suit yourself. I'll give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him.
It's open.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Hendel?
Hendel? You wanton whore! Debauching my son! A nanny goat like you! The others were at least young, but you! Christ, the trials I have to endure! A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll fuck anything with a hole in it. Slice her up so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Gutting, is it? I could help you with that.
Get that bitch, you fool!
My lord?
I need my hose mended.
Certainly, right away.
I'm sorry.
It looks like nothing's missing.
My respects.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
I could go for something to eat now. You're free.
Well,
a mess.
really?
Well, you can.
You're right.
Sure.
Right, so let's go.
Right. I'm so. Well, smile.
What?
Oh,
Did you?
What?
No.
What?
No, yeah.
You might be a man.
But what?
at them!
I'm as hungry as a wolf.
The old man has no mercy.
What you made? Let him have it! I'm going to gut you, you hot die! Fortune is on my side!
Damn right, that bastard. Here, lad.
I'm at your service.
Christ, pardon me.
The word was made. Excellent.
I think we were wrong.
Well,
You found certain.
what was
this? Locke's
Hair.
Why would
Nobody.
To be honest,
Damn it.
And
Where are you going?
I don't.
And how?
we'll see?
You want to?
No.
The only.
She will.
But you have.
Well, when head.
Ha! Then
If you-
we can use your Ira.
Don't worry.
Fucking hell.
No, Catherine.
Catherine.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How?
Shut up.
Let her speak. I have some questions.
I'll tell you nothing, you serpent. Nothing. You can't keep me here. Let me go. I'm a woman of worth.
If you won't speak now, then the executioner will loosen your tongue when your feet stop burning. But why wait, right? I'll cut your ear off. Maybe both of them. All you need to talk is a tongue.
No! Let me go!
Why did you do it, for Christ's sake?
Don't blaspheme, you heathen.
Come on, answer. Him or it's gonna hurt.
My husband, he drank a lot, ran around with whores and didn't pray enough. And God punished him for it. I couldn't allow the same thing to happen to Hendel.
And why kill those girls? Why not just talk to him about it?
I tried, but he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he wanted to sow his wild oats before finding a wife.
So your own son didn't listen to you? And you started killing the girls who were...
Who seduced him and emboldened him with their brazenness? If they wanted to whore themselves out, they'll pay for it in hell. But there's no way they were going to drag my Hendel there with them.
And what about Hendel? Did he know what you were doing?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul and eliminating his temptation? Of course not. But one day he'll be grateful to me for it.
He's going to jump for joy. His mother a mad woman, and his servant a murderer.
Speak politely to me, you whore.
Henry, if you have any more questions, you'd better ask them quickly. I'm sorely tempted to finish this here and now.
And what about the hair in Hendel's chest?
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his. So we always brought him a lock of hair. We told him
He didn't find...
out of sight, out of mind.
There was no blood where Alice was found.
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me something about... I only told him to cut them up.
Why?
Why? As a war...
Do you...
That's not possible. I saw...
And what about that egg?
That strumpet. I saw how she treated...
But she really had nothing to...
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she did if she... And better sooner than later. That
And what about Zdenna?
She fawned over him like all the others. She deserved it.
I better stop.
Vernon!
What'll we do?
Let's take her to the bailiff.
We don't have to go anywhere.
But we can't do that. She has to go before...
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight.
Don't you dare just...
Shut your mouth, you sow. You...
Our Lord direct...
Do you hear that?
But that's not justice. Henry!
I told you, don't you...
Lumiere, listen to her. If we don't deal with her ourselves, and then they let her go...
But, I mean...
I'll show you just...
Your conscience will remain...
But still, if we don't...
Huh. We aren't the ones...
All those...
It's just...
It isn't right.
All right.
No! Don't you dare! You hellspawn! No!
Well, now,
Not me.
I'll go. I'll explain everything.
Fine.
Good. Good.
Well, do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not...
As you will. But still...
Aye, that it was...
Tell us, Lumiere.
Did it end well?
It ended well.
I'm surprised you got away with it.
I would have preferred a different ending, but...
Lumiere.
I'm not angry anymore. And I must admit that...
The dead are...
Precisely. I just told them I spread the word that one victim survived, and when they came to kill her, we hadn't...
And what will you do now?
It's true I've made amends in the eyes of the law, but...
Won't you go back to drink?
No, it didn't help anything, did it?
Don't fret.
Yes. You helped me when I was in...
Helping others is the best thing
And what will...
My work is have to work in the tavern here, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll find...
Do you think...
Everything can always be done better.
Catherine is right. I'm talking about innocent people.
Well...
Thank you, lad.
I thank you both.
Here you are. As a keepsake.
Yes. Here is a reward, Henry.
I'm feeling a bit peckish. I don't understand how you always get people to tell you... What?
No, you rogue.
It'd be good to learn.
I can't...
I'd like to...
I can't...
Here it comes.
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
You should have a light.
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow. Slowly. Nice and slow.
I have not changed my answer. I will not sell you the rights to my mines. Not today, not tomorrow, nor in 100 years. You will not get your hands on my silver.
You forget I have influential friends. If you won't sell the mines, you'll lose them. Just like Malishov. Along with your life, if you defy me.
Mind your step. Two can play that game. Did you really think that I didn't know you were stealing the royal silver, eh? When your self-proclaimed king finds that out, your head will be on the chopping block.
Seize that traitor!
Not another step.
You'll get yours too, turtle dove. What are you waiting for? Can't you see? They're threatening the Royal Mint Master!
He's one of them! Get him!
At him! He's got no chance alone! Him on the head!
Damn.
You all right, sir?
Papa, my...
I'm all right. What the hell was that, Rosa?
I saved your life. Didn't you notice?
We would have been in the right if you hadn't taken the shot. Now we have the blood of the king's men on our hands. Do you have any idea what this means?
Was I supposed to let one of Sigismund's lackeys insult us in our own home?
And you thought this was a better solution?
You know what? Let's just leave it be. I don't want to argue in front of the young man here. Apologies for the mess, stranger. There aren't usually so many corpses strewn about our courtyard.
I should be the one apologising. Some of it is my handiwork.
It won't be your concern, though. I promise. We'll call the guards and tell them what happened. That Ulrich Vavak and his men attacked us for no reason.
You think that will make them let us off the hook?
Not for free. But knowing young Plimo, the commander of the guard, I'm sure he won't refuse my coin. But back to you, lad. Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz.
Pleased to meet you. Conslin Routard. And this...
Like father.
Why did your master send you to me?
He didn't, sir.
We're sorry to...
But I plan to rescue him.
We can.
Lord Capon is...
Our Malashov? I don't envy him. I was planning on fixing the roof before they took it from us. It's full of leaks. I doubt its new master will lift a finger. Tell me, why would I...
Well, we all stand on this...
That is undoubtedly true, especially since his people started sticking their fingers. But to get involved in something as dangerous as freeing a captured...
We have to do something to help.
Dangerous?
Nobody will...
You haven't been in Kuttenberg for... I'd only end up with my head on the chopping block.
That's true. As long as Vavak's breathing down on...
Who is he?
Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus. He's had it in for us ever since he took over. He's been pressuring me to hand over my mining rights. And now we've killed his men. The king's men. Like Rosa said, lad.
Should I...
Christ!
I don't doubt you could pull it off. Sigismund's people are like the Hydra. You chop off... No, killing won't solve. It's obvious Vavak is getting richer than his office warrants. He even uses it to mint counterfeit groschen. If Sigismund were to find out...
Then why hasn't...
Simple allegations aren't enough to charge.
But how do we...
Some of the silver goes missing somewhere along the way to the mint.
Find out? But how?
You're right. Only authorized my friend Peter of Pisek. They ousted him from the Mint Master's office. But his brother Christian remained in... He wanted to become the Mint Master himself, but because of Vavak...
And that's...
Christian and I were just talking about his suspicions. He'd welcome any... If you go to him and ask for help on my behalf, I'll help you free Lord Capon in exchange for evidence of Vavak's fraud.
All right. I've already met Peter of Pisek, and I know he...
Excellent. You'll find Christian in Horshan. I tell him the password, Via Argentum, the pot of silver. But be careful, both of you.
We'll be praying.